HD.
Okay.
Sean was slinging ink here with the great Norma Jean, one of my top 10 favorites of all time.
We were one of your top take 4/8s.
Something like that.
Top 10, top 20.
Top 10.
I'm just trying to make this really bad.
Oh, it's cool.
Keep that going. Loop that.
All right, if you guys want to go around the room, just give your name and what you do in the band.
I'm Chris. I play guitar. Stage left.
And Corey, I breathe fire only.
Matt play drums. I'm Jake. I play bass.
Now, do any of you guys have tattoos at all, or?
Yeah, we do.
If you want to name your current tattoo artist, you got more than one, just feel free to name them in the shop they work at.
The last tattoo I got was by Jason Kelly. At the time he worked...
Who?
Jason Kelly. He worked at Ink and Dagger in Atlanta, but he doesn't work there anymore now.
Works at Memorial Tattoo.
Now he's at Memorial in Atlanta. Right, it's also in Atlanta. He's really, really good. I can show you. Might as well, right? Tattoo Mac.
There you go.
It's the Four Horsemen. I still have quite a bit left to do on it. I kind of like the black and white, though, honestly. Or just the black.
Not bad at all.
Yeah, I like it. But,
actually, we have a shout out for you. We actually just interviewed Bless the Fall over at the Gothic Theater in Denver, and they
Cool
said
dudes.
say what's up.
Yeah.
They actually were trying to figure out if they can make it down here in time for your show.
Cool. Yeah, those dudes are cool. Cool dudes.
Alrighty. When you guys first started out, your name was Ludacris. Why did you decide to change it to Norma Jean?
Well, I mean, more or less that was basically a different band altogether. I don't think any of us would necessarily say it was a name change or anything. Like, different members, different style, different everything really. But I wasn't in the band at the time, so I don't know.
I was, and we just, and also not to mention that we hated the name Ludacris.
We were called, the band was called Ludacris. I mean, what other reason do you need?
But it was spelled so cheesy.
It was hyphenated.
Yeah, with a K.
Did you take the name Norma Jean from Marilyn Monroe, or? Now this is going on genres. Now your second album, Oh God, the Aftermath, was labeled as mathcore. What is mathcore?
I mean, I don't know. We didn't label it that. I think for us, when it comes to labels, we're kind of okay with any label. Like, you're gonna get. We kind of see it as if you look at art on a wall, you're gonna interpret it differently than someone else. The music is kind of similar. People might say, something different, about us than someone else.
Now your current album, Meridional, I read that you guys went back to your roots with that album. Reason being?
Yeah, it's pronounced Meridional.
Oh, I knew that.
Sorry. Might as well fix it. Everybody gets it wrong. When we actually picked that name, we had to look it up and look and make sure we were saying it right. And it took us a while to even get that word out right, so that doesn't really roll up the tongue. It was actually probably a bad idea to name our record that. Now that I think about it.
That's what I was thinking the whole time.
Just kidding.
What's the meaning behind your new album?
Meridional, the original idea is that we were. Usually when we think of a title for either a song or even a record, usually the name comes first and meaning is applied to it. That happens a lot with us, and honestly, it's happening with other projects I've been in too. I think it's a pretty normal thing to happen, but we found Meridional because it was part of the old historical astronomy. There's maps and there were 4 zones. And Meridional was the southern zone, and then Oriental was the eastern zone, which is one that we still know. And, I think northern was septentrional, and there's another one I can't remember. Occidental was the western zone. And we used all 4 of them on the record. Those are all names of songs or and Meridiano was the name of the record. So it just came from that. It kind of represented us, being from southern U.S. And also was applied to a kind of a storyline within the artwork as well, which is we had a nickname for the record before we had a name. We just called it. We just kept calling it it sounded like a nightmare. The whole record kind of, it's kind of dark. And so Jason Oda, who did the artwork, took that and he took lyrics and kind of mixed it in to kind of show this character who's going through kind of a nightmare of his own, like whether it's in life, whatever. I think it's open to interpretation.
Nice. Now, what made you guys decide to leave Solid State and go to an indie label like Razor and Tie?
Can I take this?
I mean, are you gonna? I mean, you're gonna give them the political version, or?
Yeah, you should take it.
However you want to give it.
I'm not gonna give the political version.
Yeah, you shouldn't.
I mean, okay. I mean, just honestly, like when you're in a band, and especially when you've been in a band as long as we have, the whole label band relationship is based on a business deal. Like they put out our records and we tour and we support the record, and that's the whole point. Like it's not a, there's no loyalty to that. Like we're gonna go where the best deal is. Just like with anything, if you have a business selling something, if you find a better deal somewhere else, I mean, you're going to be more inclined to go to, get a better deal so you can. But I mean, honestly, we just felt like it was time for us to go, and based on the fact that what we wanted to do with the band wasn't what was happening, and so we searched and we found Razor and Time, and they wanted to do what we wanted to do, and they were really passionate about music in general and not just pumping out a billion records and signing every band that sounds like 30 bands that are already on the label. Trying to corner the market. They're really selective who they pick, and we're really honored to be part of that label.
Nice. Now, I was reading that you guys encourage your fans to record live performances of your song "Kill More Presidents."
Yeah, it was before the record came out, and we wanted them to come film it and send it to us, and then we made a video out of it. That's pretty much all it was. And then that song ended up being a B-side. So,
do you guys have any crazy fan stories or tour stories you'd like to share?
That's such an on-the-spot question. I think that's the most on-the-spot question that I've ever had.
And it's the hardest.
It's so hard to think of things like that. I mean, because it's not something you.
Because this is normal tour.
Right. This is what we're doing. Yeah,
6
this is
to
what
8
we do.
hours out of the day, we sit in this, and nothing crazy ever happens. So crazy stories.
We'll use the microwave real quick.
I can't even think of any. And then probably later titonight, I'll be like, oh, we should have said that.
Yeah.
Like when that dude jumped on our van naked.
Yeah. Gosh, man. I mean, usually too, like when that stuff happens, by the next day, there's a reason why we forget.
I've had some dude ask me to sign his prison release papers. Is that crazy?
That's pretty interesting.
Pretty original.
Yeah. We're sorry. We're bad at that question.
It's all good, man. Now, how does it feel knowing that your music helps people, and inspires people, through some really tough times in life?
That is probably the craziest thing about being in a band, is that I think about that, and we talk about it every record too, that, we're going to sit and write these songs and just literally in a dungeon where we practice. No windows, we're just in there, it smells bad and stuff, it's full of junk and trash. We write these songs that we're really passionate about, and then, there's someone somewhere that's going to get something out of that. We're never going to meet, possibly never going to meet. They could live, thousands of miles away. That's a weird feeling to know that it might encourage someone, and because I know that's happened with me with music, like my favorite bands. encouraged me, inspired me to do things. So
To me, it's like the best compliment. Like, forget, I love your band. It's like, what you said in that song, like, helped me. It's like huge.
Yeah, because most bands just throw lyrics there that don't mean anything. So you guys actually have some meaning behind them there, which is awesome.
Yeah, and when we record, we talk about every song before he does vocals on it, so the band knows what the song's about, how we can apply it to our own life, like our stories, dealing with this subject in the song or whatever. The same with like the producer who would get with us and like just so he knows what it's about too. And so we're all on the same page when it comes to the song and the meaning and like lyrical content and stuff. So we all take it seriously.
Last but not least, any big plans for you guys? You got any more tours coming up? You guys working on a new album? Any videos, side projects?
This tour heads to Canada. We're on tour with Let's on Fire till right before Christmas, and then yeah, we're really excited about that tour. I think it's gonna be awesome. And then after that, we got a month off, I think, and then or a couple months off, and then in March we'll be doing a full-on headliner for Meridional. It'll be our first headliner for the record, and we're gonna be hopefully playing a lot. Yeah, it's not out yet. It's not. We're still trying to finalize who's gonna be on it and stuff. So.
And then
You're the first to hear, honestly.
So
March.
Tour, we're taking the Beatles out?
Yeah, we're taking the Beatles.
Yeah, the Beatles. This is a new band from England.
You're kicked out of the band, Jake.
How did you even get down here?
That snuck down here.
Awesome. I do thank you guys for taking the time for interviewing with Swingin' Ink Magazine. It was definitely a pleasure and an honor.
Thank you very much. Go buy the magazine now. You need to put like one of those swirly things, like hypnotize. Go buy it. You want to.